Lesson we have seen some of the demo of the dashboard, and we also explored some of the options what are available on the JIRA. So let's continue from there, and today we're going to create a board, and we will also see that how we can import some of the sample data which can be used for creating our different type of filters, different type of rich filter, and creating some dashboard. So let's continue. I'm already logged into the systems, and this is one we have created the last time. We have seen this board. So before proceeding with creating the new boards, let's continue to explore this board itself. So these are some of the by default board available. If you go to the backlog, you would be able to see what are those activities available here. Currently, we have only one item. So these are some of the sprint where you can start the sprint. If you want to create a new sprint, then you can create a sprint. For example, let me mark this one as a okay. Let's start this sprint. So now this sprint is started, and if you see that by default, all those sprints are 2 weeks only. So we start date from today and automatically taking the end date. Here, ideally, in your ideal scenario, you should write what is the sprint goal. Let's type something like we want to create a dashboard. Some sprint goal you can write over here. This will be a driver for your sprint. Now, if you see that sprint is started. On the top, you see that there are multiple people who are currently working. If I go to the backlog, you're able to see that sprint one is started, and I have some people allocated for this one. If you want to add some filter, then what you can do, you can go here and make the changes to the sprint. Get this one, go to the board, and if you want, then you can again configure the board, where if you want to add some more column, currently if you see that we have to do, then in progress, then done. If I want something like in review, then you can go ahead and create, and if you want, then move it to do, then in progress, then in review. So you can set this custom flow as per your requirement. Similarly, if you see that you can create some custom filters here. Custom filters means it will add one query on the top of that. For example, let me add something like new filter description. Let's give description only, where I can type assignee equal to and type the name. Currently, we have only one person, so let me create this filter. One filter is created. Go to backlog and see what has been changed. Now, if you see that one part added, go to the board, and here you can do the filtering based on your user. For example, if I select this one, it automatically see by default I'm selecting this one and unassigned, no item. Now I'm filtering with this name and I can see one item. So this filter will automatically start working as per requirement, so that you can filter based on the username. If you want something, you can create custom board as well here. Same apply with the filter one. I want to see that what are those activity assigned to this person. So click on this person, it will give the item for that one. If I'm doing what is unassigned, so you see this is unassigned. If you see that it is unassigned, let me change this one and assign to myself. Now if I click on my name, you can see that it appearing. So these are some of the custom filters you can use, which is very useful if you are going and if you are browsing through your sprint and you want to see that how who the team is doing and what other activity pending are assigned to the one of the team member. These are some of the things like backlog. Then board we have already explored. Second one, the calendar view. These are the some feature which will say that what activity need to be completed when. Here if you see that Scrum sprint is starting from 15 and ending to the 29th. So it automatically creates a visual representation that how it is working. If I want to search with the name, the current user or for myself only, then I can filter on the calendar also. If you want to create some of the report, currently you won't be able to generate any report because you don't have any data. But if you see that these are some of the by default reports available which you can use. Go ahead, explore, and in case you face any problem, you can write to me and we can discuss and we'll try to solve. So let's move to the our main agenda. Let's see how to create a new Scrum board, and we will also create a Scrum board with some of the sample data. Go to your work. If you see here, there are three items assigned to me, the recent one, and the board. Go to the board, click view all board. You'll be able to see all the board which you have created on here. Now see very carefully because sometime it is this option may be available with the different time. Currently with the latest version of Jira, it is available with using this methodology. Sometime with earlier version, it may be the different one. Let me repeat once more. Go to the your work, click on the board and then view all board. Click on create board. There are some options. If you see there, Scrum and Kanban. Here, if you click the create a Scrum board or create a Kanban board, it will create a blank. But we are going to use this option, create a Scrum board with the sample data. Leave everything as it is, project name, sample Scrum project, project lead, some by default populated. If you want to change, you can go ahead and change. Create board. This is one of the very interesting feature, especially for the training purpose. You can have some sample data so that you can play around with the filters. You can play around with creating the dashboard. You can play around with creating some other type of customized project management things. Now, if you see that board is created with the sample data. If you see here, we have a lot of item already by default created. So this was one of the agenda for this one, and let's move to the next session where we will explore these things in much more detail and we'll see that how we can create filter so that we can at least do the filtering. Thank you. Let's meet in the next session.